From their teams here this afternoon. Ron Groover, Ted Valentine, John Gaffney are the officials, and Carlik Jones and the Cardinals with the first possession of the game.
Duke in the 3-2 zone. They pulled that zone out against Pittsburgh. It limits penetration. It limits getting into the lane. It protects Matthew Hurt from foul trouble.
A look at the starting lineup, including Jones, the Radford transfer at the point, having a terrific year. First shot is missed. And down with a rebound, Jalen Johnson, coming off an incredible game in spite of the loss at Pitt. He did not start that game, did start the second half, but he's back in the starting lineup today. This is just the second game this year where this group has started for the Duke Blue Devils.
Jalen Johnson grabbing that defensive rebound. He can rip and go and handle the ball, just not a very good pass to try to get it down court. And that's where Louisville needs to get the ball into the paint where they can make something happen, so that his teammates can play off that.
Keep an eye on the guy with the ball, 21 in white, Charles Minlin, a transfer from the University of San Francisco. Until today, had played a total of 1 minute this season, coming back from a knee injury that was taking a little bit longer to progress than they had hoped, but here he is in the game, and a guy who, if he is healthy, Jay, he could be a real factor for them in the second half of the season.
Well, he's got experience and he can score.
Samuel Williamson in off the bench as well, puts up an air ball from the baseline. As you look at Midland, second team all-conference and over 14 points per game a year ago.
Well, not the best shot by Samuel Williamson on the other end. Drove it into traffic and took a really difficult baseline jumper. That's as good as a turnover for Louisville.
Baker again. A little bit strong battle for the rebound, and we're going to have an over-the-back foul going.
Good shot fake.
The pass fake, and then eventually a charge. Duke just 5-4 on the season. Early losses to Michigan State, Illinois. Recent conference losses at Virginia Tech. And
that's by Dre Davis, getting the ball into the middle of that zone. Just a terrific cut. Doesn't charge when Matthew Hurt comes over and gets it to Withers. And Withers, watch his eyes here. Even though he knows he's going to get some contact, he never took his eye. Can get his own shot. Grew up in Cincinnati, went to Chris Mack's camps. He's going to wind up picking up a foul there, but that's a hustle foul.
Coming up next today here on ESPN. That game immediately after ours. Dan Schoen and Jay Billis, Louisville, Kentucky, the KFC Yum Center. Despite a huge day so far from Matthew Hurt, it's Louisville with the lead and terrific defense.
He didn't need to, and as soon as Jones saw that matchup, he was going to go after it.
Biggest lead of the game right now for Louisville at 6. Again, and I know we've mentioned this a couple of times already today, but two programs really looking for a win. Each has lost 2 in a row as Davis commits it. Williamson looking for help, off to Johnson with the shot clock down to 6. Behind the back. Oh, gosh. Well, got a fingertip on it. Saved by Johnson. Stewart has it, flying into the lane, and a chance. Having averaged 14 a game over his last 6, Stewart close to that. Two young teams, Duke with 6 freshmen, Louisville with some freshmen, a few sophomores as well. They lost all 5 starters. I mean, really was a deep backup as a freshman, played more as a sophomore, but the last couple of years with 2 very distinctly different groups, he's a very important guy on this Duke basketball team.
And just a great individual defender, team defender as well, but you're not going to find many that are better on the ball than he is.
Louisville's gone cold all of a sudden, but they'll get a bucket.
Beautiful. It looked like it was Roach, but he went right over the top of Roach.
Withers now 13 points, 7 rebounds, another tie as we go inside the final 4 minutes. Stewart, yes he did, lifted that foot.
Duke has to continue to let Matthew Hurt touch the ball. Still being guarded by David Johnson.
14 lead changes and 6 ties in this game. That has been played entirely in a 9-point window. Duke hasn't led by more than 3. Louisville hasn't led by more than 6.
I think Mike Krzyzewski had used Matthew Hurt in some ball screens more often. Great job by Johnson. But Krzyzewski would probably put Hurt in some ball screen situations where he'd be the screener. but he doesn't want him to pick up his 5th foul on a moving screen. So you have to be judicious and careful. But that was a great defensive play by David Johnson to break contact, get around in front, not get stuck behind the bigger Matthew Hurt.
He's really had a terrific all-round game. Jones muscling his way in. Hurt comes down and picks up the rebound for Duke.
Right, Jalen Withers almost able to pick up an offensive rebound there.
And Mike Krzyzewski wants to use the time. They swarm Jones. He gets out of it. Still going. Duke ball.
He is untrappable, isn't he, Carlik Jones?
A great look for Joey Baker. A little bit too strong. Williamson with a rebound. And now with the shot clock off, they've got a foul.
He's here, and you certainly don't want to foul.
Moore stepping back for a 3. Offensive rebound, Johnson. Steward with a good look for a 3. Around and out. Duke's got it again, or at least they did for a moment. And now finally.
Here's an highlights, lowlights video. The footage is focused on various aspects happened in the game. Are these positive, negative, or characteristic of the player? Usually the length of the video is around 20 to 40% of the total playing time. Get a video like this. Go on focussstatsdb.com in the video editing section. Insert the name of the player. Choose the type of the video and the number of games to edit. Leave your contacts to get all the materials.